When I dropped out, it made sense.
Right.
I had projects out, I had connections, I was moving in a direction. But like, college, honestly, it's a decent thing to have. If you don't know what you're doing, you can do that for the time being, either until you figure it out or until you figure out what you want to do, or it could be your plan B. You know what I'm saying? So I would never tell someone to drop out. I would tell someone just be honest with yourself. Do what makes sense.
It was good, my boy.
Good.
So let's see in this thing.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah. Nah. I mean, let's just get into it, man. Like Midlife Crisis. Let the people know, what made you come up with the idea and how you decided to really just apply it to your project.
Midlife Crisis. The title comes from, there was a time in it was a group of us, just a group of homies. It was like 5 of us living in this house. And we was just kind of living kind of wild, just like it was a lot of partying, and like we would joke and be like, it's not a midlife crisis, it's like our quarter-life crisis right now.
Right.
And that ended up kind of becoming like just this larger concept and this just bigger idea of what it means to be in kind of like your early to mid-20s, that I just kind of like expounded upon like those feelings and those emotions and some of those stories that come from that time.
Did this come from actually, like, let me ask you this, did this come from actually like being in college and going through college life, and because when I looked up midlife crisis, typically it's for the ages of 40.
It's about 40, yeah.
And up. You feel what I'm saying?
So it's
midlife crisis, early 20s,
early 20s to early to mid 20s. That's how I see it, at least.
Yeah.
I see it kind of tapering off around 25, and that's why like I kind of like see this as my like album that I wrote for. It's about being 25 and younger.
Right.
Everything that I wrote about was kind of like from that time in my life and going back. So
right.
Yeah.
What's your favorite song off the project so far that you've dropped? Realistically,
that I've dropped
so far, you've dropped 3 songs, correct? Or 4 songs.
Four
songs
today is 4. Yeah,
today will be the 4th song. I haven't got a chance to listen to the 4th song yet, but out of the 3 songs, out of the 4 songs, which one would you say?
Probably today's song is Eyes on the Road, featuring K-Camp.
Eyes on the Road, make sure you check that out.
Shout out to K-Camp. But yeah, that's probably my favorite joint so far. Because it probably has the most kind of bounce and it's the vibiest so far.
Right.
So yeah.
So Kelechi, the name. When I looked your name up, a lot of soccer players came up. Well, they call it football.
Yeah,
we from Nigeria. In the eastern or the western hemisphere of the world, they call it football. But a lot of soccer players come up. Where'd the name come from?
My name's Nigerian, and that's just my name.
Okay.
That's my legal. That's the name my mama gave me, so that's what I was rocking with.
Right.
I think once I just kind of like changed my rap name to my actual name, it kind of allowed me to be a little more naked, a little bit more honest with the music I'm putting out. So yeah, it's just my name.
So I mean, like working with a lot of the labels in LA. We went out there to LA. Working with, not necessarily working with the labels, but just actually going out there to songwrite.
Yeah, we were writing songs and doing some production and just like doing some records with labels, publishing companies, just songwriters, just artists out there, just bouncing around working.
How do you feel like with the climate of the industry now, where the music is really driven towards pushing these artists, and a lot of the songwriters don't get as much credibility?
I don't know. I kind of feel like as far as things go, like right now is probably the best time to be a songwriter.
Yeah.
If you're just gonna, if all you're doing is writing songs, now's probably a good time for that. Only because I think labels are kind of converting to like making YouTube stars famous and making Instagram stars famous.
This is definitely true.
And they can't write songs. When I was out there, this won't get me in trouble, but like the Catch Me Outside girl, I knew she was signed like left this summer, beginning of the summer.
Right.
And when I was out there, her label, they asked us to write songs for her.
Oh, wow.
So like if you're just writing songs in like the urban, because that's what everyone does. Whenever anyone, if somebody's some sort of viral star, they're gonna rap. They're not gonna sing, they're gonna rap. So if you can write a rap song and you can do it well and it can be cool, like it's somebody writing her songs, or somebody writing, I'm trying to think of some other social media person. If you see a YouTube star or like an Instagram star suddenly get a record deal, there's people in LA writing their songs. So like I get it. I didn't write when they asked me. I was like, I'm gonna pass on this one because it's the Catch Me Outside Girl.
Right.
But at the same
Who's
time,
trying
like,
to write for Catch Me Outside Girl?
Yeah. But you know, it's chicks out there, so I get it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So I mean, as the music transcends in Atlanta, would you say that the music scene is oversaturated in Atlanta?
I guess yes and no. I would say yes because there's just a lot of people making music, but that's everywhere. Like you know, there's a lot of artists, a lot of rappers, a lot of singers all over the place. So in that sense, it's oversaturated. But like if you're bringing something unique to the table, then you're the only person who can do what you do. Then it's not going to be oversaturated. It's going to be, you know, you'll find your niche, you'll find your market, you'll find your people who like what you're doing. So
okay,
yeah.
no, that's a good point. Realistically, you've been talking about Quarter Life Crisis since the Sway interview.
Yeah.
And the previous project was
Before the Quarter.
And like to explain that process, like because a lot of people are so eager to drop music. What makes you patient? Like what makes you sit there and say, okay, I'm gonna really wait to drop this project?
Because I worked so hard on the songs. Like if I had a lot of people, they brag about, oh, I go to the studio, I make like 10 songs in an hour, and more power to them. I'm not like, you know, like bagging on that at all, but like I take a long time to make my music. I take a long time to like come up with my songs, and I work really hard on my record. So like if you're gonna work that hard on something, you want to make sure you put it out the right way. You don't want to waste it. You don't want to just throw them out without any sort of thought or any sort of method to it. So that's a lot of the reason why I'm so patient, is because I'm patient with the process of coming up with the song. I'm patient with the process of making the song. I'm gonna be patient with the process of putting it out. So
how was it working with Trinidad? Trinidad James is he's in LA now.
Yeah.
How was it working with him?
He's cool, man. We was texting the other day about his dad project, which is dope. Oh, have you listened to it?
I've definitely listened to it.
It's dope.
Tracks
I was sitting, so I was listening to it. I just hit him up and just like, it was cool. But Trinidad's like the nicest guy. He's like the nicest rapper I know. He's just a good dude. So yeah, he was, as far as getting the song done, it was probably the least friction of anyone. It was just like hit him up. One of my homies just worked with his business manager and just set that up, and we linked up and got the song done really quick.
So you also came out for a show. I'm not sure if you were on tour with Wale or.
Yeah, we did.
How was that experience? He's Nigerian too, so how was that experience?
It was cool because it was Wale, me, and then one of his artists. His name is Phil Ade, and he's Nigerian too. So it was like the whole bill was just like a bunch of like Nigerian kids. Yeah,
Gary.
Right. It was just smelled like fufu backstage.
Right.
Nah, it was dope. It was cool. We was just back there just talking about it, like seeing how far like music, how far hip hop has moved forward, and just how far like even Nigerian culture has moved forward to where it's three of us, and we the only ones. We the only ones rocking on stage, and like, you know, so our parents were somewhat proud.
It's definitely got to be a feel good moment. So explain to me now, like we're in 2017. Quarter Life Crisis is gradually dropping weekly now. What started your Quarter Life Crisis?
What started my Quarter Life Crisis, I would probably say, was making the hard line decision to drop out of college. That was probably when it began and when it like officially started. You know, I had been fake dropping out like for a year before that, or like a year and a half. Like I would like skip a semester then go back, or be like, oh man, I'm just going. Because like in my head I was like, yo, if I didn't see myself having to graduate, because like I'm gonna get on with the music before I even have to graduate, you know. So I was just like half stepping it, and like if you lukewarm about something, you're not gonna succeed in either side. So I was like, okay, what do I really want to do? Let me buckle down and get to that. So that's when it started. That's when like I made that choice.
So for a kid who's looking at this now and is thinking about dropping out of college, what do you tell them?
I would say be honest with yourself. That's the most important thing. Is just being honest. A lot of people, I wouldn't say the school's for everybody, but I definitely wouldn't say dropping out is for everybody either. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you, I met a kid who, when I was touring with Chance, I was by the tour bus and he was like, hey man, he's like, I identified what you was talking about with dropping out of school and everything, blah, blah. He was like, he was telling me basically he'd been thinking about dropping out, and, you know, I was like inspiring him to do that. But he was telling me he ain't had no songs recorded. He was telling me, he was like, yeah, I'm just trying to get started. I was like, look, man, like, I had something, when I dropped out, it made sense.
Right.
I had projects out, I had connections, I was moving in a direction. But like, college, honestly, it's a decent thing to have. If you don't know what you're doing, you can do that for the time being, either until you figure it out or until you figure out what you want to do, or you know, it could be your plan B. You know what I'm saying? So I would never tell someone to drop out. I would tell someone just be honest with yourself. Do what makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So police brutality is gang violence. You tweeted this July 6th.
Yeah.
Last year.
Yeah. That's when I finished that song.
Right. What does that mean? Like right now, police brutality is considered gang violence, damn near. I would say.
I literally not even like considered, or it's kind of like, I would say police. It literally is gang violence. If you have a bunch of people wearing the same colors, going around a community, intimidating people, being violent, creating a in-group and an out-group to where if you're in the in-group, we're not gonna snitch on you.
Right.
We got a code. We got certain things that we know that you don't know. We got certain ways that we act that you don't act.
Preach.
And if you gonna come over here and act a certain way, you gonna get beat up. You gonna have consequences.
Right.
That's a gang.
Yeah.
It's not even so. So when I was kind of witnessing, it was either Alton Sterling or who was the chokehold one? Was that Alton Sterling? Or was that Eric Garner?
Eric
Garner.
That was Eric Garner.
When I saw that, I was like, yo, I've seen niggas get jumped like that.
Yeah.
Like, jumped.
Right.
Like, he got jumped. Like it was like a game. And I saw that, and it painted, it made my skin crawl in a way that's like, yo, like, these are, like, we supposed to depend on these people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or so we think. So, like, when I saw that, and I kind of wrote the song from the song "Bang With Us." I wrote it from that perspective. I wrote a gangster rap record, except I wrote it from the point of view of the police, and I didn't have to change too much. I didn't change anything really. Yeah. You know, and I'm not saying that the police are a gang. What I'm saying is that police brutality. If you are if you take part in these gang-related activities, then you are in a gang. Like, I don't care if you got a badge. I don't care if it's government sanctioned. I don't care about that. Like, it's a gang.
Okay. So let me know, who is your biggest influence? Like, who influences Kelechi on a regular basis?
I gotta give one.
I mean, you can give
a bunch.
Yeah.
J. Cole. Jay-Z and Kanye. Common, Kid Cudi, those are probably the biggest ones. J. Cole, Kendrick, Kanye. Kanye is one of the biggest. I would say J. Cole and Kanye are like right there at the top.
Right.
Yeah.
Where do you see conscious rap going in the next 5 years? Like, conscious rappers, like you mentioned, a few of them within that roster. But where would you see conscious rap going in the next 5 years?
I don't know. I think it's coming back around. Like, and not to sound like one of those guys. And like, I don't even use like the phrase conscious rap per se. But I think that rap swings back and forth. I think that's what keeps it healthy. And I think that it started out as just music to dance to. That's all rap was.
Right.
You know, when you look at like Sugar Hill Gang, they weren't even rapping. They were just they weren't even saying words.
Facts.
The same way people talk about Uzi and Future now, they're not even saying words. They said that about the first rap song.
Right.
So that's where hip hop comes from. It comes from like music to party to. And then it swung to like Public Enemy and NWA. And then it swung to like talking about something and having a message. And then it swung back to like, I don't know. I just like MC Hammer, you know what I'm saying? Like to where it was dancing, and then it swing back, and then to like 90s East Coast, and then it swing back to like the Snap era, and then it swung back to like Wale and Kendrick and J. Cole when they was popping, like when it was first popping, and then it swung back to where it is now.
Yeah.
And you know, I think within the next few years, it's gonna swing back to like to niggas who rap and who have. I don't want to be like have something to say, because I think a lot of people who make music now, who are the most popping guys, like they kind of get slept on because of the melodies and the flows and stuff. People don't really be listening to what they have to say. But like, I do think that a little bit more of a fundamental, like just like kind of classic rapping style incorporated with newer things, I think that's coming back. You know, guys like myself and like Earth Gang on
shout out to Earth Gang.
Yeah, Earth Gang on Dreamville. Deontay Hitchcock, he just signed to RCA. Gold Link, that nigga rapping. I mean, Chance is like the biggest, like, you know,
conscious rapper.
Yeah. So I think that it's coming back around. And like, when you look at touring numbers, there's a ceiling on like club. If all you do is make club records, you know, you'll do well. But
right.
like, when you can really rap, that's when you start doing those amphitheaters and stadiums and bigger venues and stuff. So I think it's coming back though.
What would you say? I mean, you speak of amphitheaters. Where would you say would be like the biggest platform or the biggest stage that you would want to perform on?
For me, I don't know. Like I used to be like, I just want to just get as big as possible, but like, I don't know. I see certain life things like hanging out with some of these guys. They can't just do anything.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like, I don't know if I want to be as big as a Cole or a Kendrick. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. But like, I'm gonna wait for that to go by.
Let's go.
I don't know. Maybe like 5,000 to 7,000. But then again, you don't want to put a ceiling on yourself. You don't want to block your blessings. So
right.
Whatever God got for me. Whatever's in the stars for me, whatever's in the cards for me, I'm willing to take. So, you know, we'll see. Yeah.
Hey man, I appreciate your time.
I appreciate your time, man.
Midlife Crisis is available now.
Yes.
You can go download all 4 of the songs on all streaming services, wherever you stream your music
SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music.
Wherever you stream your music at.
I get paid the most on Tidal, so you
definitely go stream it on Tidal so we can continue to get paid. This is my brother Kelechi. Let him know how to follow you, bro.
Hey man, everything is Kelechi at Kelechi. So Kelechief.
Dope.